afternoon, evening, wherever that you're at, whether live or replay. It's an honor to be here with you. And today on this special Thanksgiving message in the United States, it is what, tomorrow? This is one of those seasons where a Thanksgiving message I think is important. I'm going to give you a take on Thanksgiving that I believe will transform your life and your business because it is probably the single biggest truth I've discovered. And it is the secret to attracting miracles in your business and your life, no matter what the circumstances are. Who here would like to learn what that is, by the way? So, and the title of this message is Gratitude is God's Frequency. Let me give you a story. At the time of this actual call, we are extremely blessed. And this is not to boast, but it's just what has happened in our life. As we're sitting here in PartnerCo, I can't believe that I'm saying this, but in the entire world of 200,000 brand partners, there's this thing called Power Rankings. We are ranked number 11 out of all 200,000. Guys, this is coming from someone that started this profession as a broke college student with no experience, no skills, no following. We have been able to buy our dream home out here in San Diego, where our family's right around the corner. It's got all the furnishings and everything that we're dreaming about and everything. And we literally just early this morning, I'm sitting there looking at our baby Jaden Jedediah Zhang, our miracle baby, and we're just sitting in absolute gratitude. Life is amazing. Business is amazing. But I bring that up because it wasn't always that way. And I wonder, I know on a call of this size, there are people that are listening right now that this is a different season for you. Maybe you've been through some tough stuff. Maybe you had goals in your business and life as you're looking at Thanksgiving. While you want to be thankful, it's hard. Finances have been tough. You lost work. Business has been, you feel like you're really stuck. Something's happened in your personal life. And I want to tell you that that season is the setup for the breakthrough. Because not too long ago, before I shared the successes that I shared with you, it was completely different. You see, what, a year or two ago, life was completely different. Let me give you a snapshot of where things were at, and more importantly, what we did to get to where we are right now. You see, we had these God-sized goals of achieving everything that we are talking about now back then. What happened was, in our previous company, before PartnerCo was born, we thought we knew what the future was going to look like. Times were high until it wasn't. We found out a couple of things. Number one, we had a mission and a goal of getting this dream home. We got onto the list of this dream home. We were ready to purchase it. And all of a sudden, can you imagine? We had a freak, like doomsday situation where our down payment for our home that we've been saving up for years happened to literally all disappear in a course of a day. I've never seen multiple six figures be gone just like that. It was an investment gone bad. To make matters worse, well, we want to get this dream home. We now are down payment gone, but now we have our business, right? Thank God we have an amazing network marketing business. We found out that very same week that our previous company, we were not aware of this, but our previous company had gotten bankrupt. So now our business and our livelihood, of which we built for almost a decade, was on the line. So we have this home that we want to buy. We lose our down payment. We lose our income stream, where that's massively jeopardized. And we are going through a multiple year infertility journey where I'm looking at my wife, trying to give her hope and faith. But every single month, when that time of the month comes and she sees that she's not pregnant, the words of hope just seem like they're hitting a wall, and it seemed like everything wasn't working. Champions, have you been in a time in your life when it seemed like everything just was not working and you were ready to lose hope? Well, let me share with you exactly what we did during that season that I know led to miracles on what is happening now in our life. There's three areas of gratitude that I believe are important. I want you to go through this with me, whether you're actually taking notes on this mental notes, physical notes, or anything, because this could be the one call that you look back in 2025 and you're like, that one call, that one exercise transformed everything. And what I realized was this is that, and this is biblical, is that if you want blessings, if you want God to show up in your life, whatever your faith is, God likes to be around grateful people. You see, there's an interesting story. If you know, everyone knows Moses, and he freed the Israelites from Egypt. And what happened after that, it was a miracle. But the Israelites, they were walking through the wilderness, and what was supposed to be a 3-month journey ended up being 40 years. And what was even sadder about this journey is that all of the Israelites that escaped slavery actually didn't make it to the promised land. They all died. Why? Because they were moaning and groaning. They were complaining the entire time. If you want blessings to fling away from your life, then ungratitude, lack of gratitude is a place to do it. But if we know how to really get into a deep state of gratitude, then you attract God into your life. You attract the blessings into your life. Favor comes into your life. So let me share with you 3 places to be grateful for. And I hope that you go along in this journey with me, because it's what I did in those moments when it seemed like everything was impossible, and it shifted everything around. Number 1, gratitude for your current blessings. You see, in life, there's always a mix, right? Jim Rohn says it's opportunity mixed with difficulty. Opportunity mixed with difficulty. And let's be real, even in the worst times in our life, there's still good things that happen as well too. It just seems worse because the immense amount of challenge seems to overweigh that. So what we need to do is energy flows to where focus goes, is we need to be diligent, and we need to secure and guard our mind and our heart, and we need to focus on the things that we can be grateful for. There's always something to be grateful for. So I want you right now to think about at least 3 things that you can literally be grateful for right now that you currently are experiencing blessings of. I bet there are dreams that you had before that you are literally living in right now. Maybe for some of us, you're in a relationship that you were dreaming about, praying about for years. Okay, awesome. That's something to be grateful for. For most of us here, you're in Partner Co. You are praying for a financial opportunity. You're praying for a community. You are looking for a place to call home. Congratulations, you found the best place on the planet. I don't know of a better company on the planet that's going big places than Partner Co. That in itself is huge. You have an opportunity now to absolutely transform you and your family's lives for not just your generation, but for multi-generations forever. Aren't you grateful you actually have a vehicle that can do that? You know how many people right now are literally praying for something different? They don't like the job they're in. They don't like the business they're in. They feel stuck. You have something that you can get unstuck. How awesome is that? What else can we be grateful for? Be grateful for your health. Now, some of us might be dealing with health challenges, but the fact that you're listening to this, you know what that means? You're healthy enough. You have mental sanity. You know, how awesome is that? I was visiting the hospital a lot because our baby Jaden was in the NICU. And I was thinking, I'm like, oh my gosh, while baby Jaden is going through some health challenges, I see that there's others that are struggling with chronic lifetime diseases. I saw that there were babies dealing with cancer, and my heart breaks for them and their families because that is a lifetime of struggle. And I'm just thinking to myself, my gosh, yeah, I have challenges, but there's a lot greater, huger challenges that are out there. Are you grateful that you're breathing today? Are you grateful that you are able to even listen to this? You have the mental sanity. You're awake. That's huge to be grateful for. It's important that we're grateful for what we currently have, because I believe God won't bless more than what it is we're already grateful for. See what's in your hand already. Be grateful for that, and then you can then be ready to attract more into your life. So what's your 3 things that you're grateful for right now? Really think about that and really take some time today and in the season to be grateful for your current blessings. Number two, here's where it gets more interesting. It's easier to be grateful for what you're currently experiencing that is good. But here's a challenge. Can you be grateful also for the current challenge? I was chatting with a teammate the other day, and we were talking about challenges as we always have as entrepreneurs. And this teammate remarked, because I was going through the challenge, and I kind of like challenges now. It's like it hurts so good, right? And this person remarked with me, and this person said, "That's kind of a weird response. Are you someone that just loves pain or something?" I don't love pain, by the way, as much as you probably don't love pain as well too. But I know that no pain, no gain. I know that it's a growth process and everything. But there's a saying that crazy people make crazy money. All right. And what I mean by that is this is the challenges that you're facing right now, they are the stirring pot. They are the opportunity for you to grow. We don't like challenge. You see, God prunes those that he loves. You, as a parent, if you have a child, you walk your kids through challenges. Why? It's the only way to develop character and wisdom and skills and talent. It is the opportunity zone. So, in the challenges that you're facing right now, can you actually find legitimate gratitude, not for the challenge? There's horrible things that have happened in your life. I am not grateful that we lost our down payment. I am not grateful that our previous company went bankrupt. I am not grateful that we went through an infertility journey. But what I can be grateful for, and what you can be grateful for, is the person that you are becoming in the process of that challenge. So hone in on this. Think about the major challenges you're facing right now, physically, business wise, financially, relationally, and think to yourself, what am I learning through this process? What am I learning through this process? Let's go back to that story of the Israelites going through the wilderness. Because they weren't grateful, their 3-month journey turned into 40 years and they did not get into the promised land. Why? They were only looking at the challenge, they weren't looking at the gold around the challenge. So, what are you learning in this season? If I'm to reflect in that season of myself, you know what I learned? I learned first a lot of financial wisdom. Only make investments that you for sure are very, very mindful and very aware of. You know what I also learned as well too? I learned wisdom on a business side that companies do count. You got to make sure that you're very mindful of who you partner with, corporate wise, team wise, leader wise. Do you know who they are? Are you having these crucial conversations? Are you being aware of your situations? Like I learned that there's different layers. I learned that I need to have more wisdom. Jim Rohn said this: don't wish for less challenge, wish for more wisdom. That is what leads you to your success. It's how you're able to navigate during these different things. What did I learn through an infertility journey? I learned to have faith. I learned to enjoy our relationship. You know what I really enjoyed during that time? Because now we have baby Jaden. I love baby Jaden for sure. But wow, it was also nice to just have me and my wife together. It was nice to be able to learn how to love her. It was nice to learn how to be present. So, what are you learning during your current challenges right now? Are you learning budgeting? Are you learning patience? Are you learning how to have grace? Are you learning how to give forgiveness? What are the big lessons? Because those I've learned is the truth in life. When you learn the lesson that you're supposed to be taught during those challenges, it seems like the blessing seems to come relatively soon after that. Does that make sense? So, gratitude is God's frequency. These are different layers of gratitude that you can get. So, number one, be grateful for your current blessings. Number two, be grateful for the lessons you're learning through your current challenges. And here's number three. Here's probably the biggest secret of them all. Be grateful for your future goals already in advance. You see, there's an aspect of faith that you agree with things that are not here physically yet as if they were already. God spoke and it became. There is power in your word. There is power in your agreement. There is power in your vision. As entrepreneurs, we take visions, we take invisible things and bring them into reality. You have an Elon Musk that takes an idea of making an electric car and now it's transformed the world. In your partner co business, you take a goal of your family's future and you bring it into existence. You take a goal of a transformed body, a transformed health, and you bring it into existence. What are the things that you are pressing into that are not yet here physically? And this was a huge thing I needed to understand. Who here would agree with me? Here's an interesting question, that the things that you cannot see physically are actually even more real than the things that you can see. Think about it. There are literally, as we're speaking, there are electromagnetic frequencies going all around us right now that you cannot see. There are X-rays going around. There are gamma rays. There's so many different things. The fact that you're online, there's all these internet things that are happening. There are so much to this world that you literally cannot see. Even if you take a look at the universe scientifically, there's this thing called matter, which is what we are. And then there's this thing called dark matter, which is the things that make up over 90% of the universe's actual mass are things that you cannot see or attribute to. When I started to realize that in this world, the truth is most of the things that I cannot see are actually more real than the things that I can see, I started to train myself to stop looking at the world with only my senses. What you can see, hear, smell, taste, and touch, these senses are lying to you. You look at your bank account, it says that you're negative. That's a lie of what is to come. You take a look at your body, you're not in the wellness that you want to be. That's a lie of what is possible to come. You take a look at your partner co-business and you feel like no one's signing up, no one's joining, no one's participating with you, you're a lone wolf. That reality is a lie of what is to come. We have to train ourselves to see from a different lens. And if you're able to block your actual physical senses and then see with your mind's eye, see with vision, prophesy into your future, agree with the things that are yet to come, and you're grateful in advance, that is when the big breakthrough comes. So I want to challenge you, champions. What are the dreams that are in your life that seem absolutely impossible right now because of the circumstances? Can you remove yourself from the current circumstance and place yourself into there? See, God gifted us all with this wonderful gift of imagination. Albert Einstein said, it is your ability, it is your gift to be able to imagine what is to come. It's the most powerful thing that most of us are not trained to do. So what I had to learn in that season, when we lost everything seemingly, when business wasn't going the direction that it needed to, when infertility was an absolute fact at that moment, when we did not have money in the bank account, but we wanted this dream home, is I had to take a leap of faith and I had to shift. And I had to be grateful that the goal was already done in advance. Miracles happen because you can't explain them, right? Miracles happen. And I think God does it this way because he wants the credit, not ourselves. I know in hindsight, praise God, it is nothing that we did. It was only being in obedience, in faith to the things that I felt like he was sharing with us that were going to happen. But are you willing to take that next step out into the faith zone? And I want you to think about your goals right now in your partner co-business. I want you to think about what would it actually look and feel like to be debt free? What would it look and feel like to retire your spouse? What would it look and feel like to actually pay for your children's tuition? What would it look and feel like to actually win the partner co trips? What would it look and feel like to be standing on stage accepting your award, your Chairperson 5000? You're there with your team, you're there with your family. Can you start imagining the things that you want to come to pass? What does that look like? What does that feel like? What does that taste like? How do you touch that? I want to challenge you and encourage you to start putting yourself more into that future state. And here's the key: be grateful as if it were already done. Be grateful as if it was already done. So, flashback to when we had lost everything. And I remember I was just like, God, I can't do this anymore by my own means. It's all yours. But I'm just going to shift and agree that this is going to happen. I don't know how. I don't want to try the how, but I'm going to try these things. So I'm like, Lord, I'm just so happy. And I see ourselves and our family celebrating Christmas in this home. Somehow it's funded for, somehow it's paid for. Lord, I don't know how you're going to do it, but you're going to open up the womb. And I see this baby Jaden. We had the name already. We knew it was going to be a boy before he was going to be a boy. Like, I just see us holding him. I had an image of me driving, and I saw my child in the passenger seat, and tears would start flooding down my eyes, and my heart started to open up again. I saw ourselves in our business building one of the biggest teams on the planet with the most amazing relationships, with miracles happening and everything. And I just started to imagine what this would be like, traveling the world, meeting our family members, seeing people break through, just seeing explosive growth happening. And we started to talk into it. If you were part of our organization just a year ago, most of this had not happened yet. I declared that 2024 would be the year of miracles. Do you guys remember that if you're around? I said, guys, this year is going to be amazing. And at this time, it was definitely not the most amazing. But we started to press in, and we were grateful in advance. We were praising in advance. And 1 year later, so much has changed. 1 year later, we went from almost thinking that we were about to be bankrupt with our partner company to now being number 11 in all the world and still climbing with so many of our amazing teammates. We went from losing our down payment in our home and thinking that we weren't able to afford anything to having our best financial year of our entire lives by far, where we're able to bless others now, where we're not looking at our credit card statements, we're debt free, we're figuring it out. And we're looking at, instead of infertility, we're looking at the eyes of our cutest baby Jaden. In 1 year's time, so much can change, but only if you choose to go in deeper layers of gratitude. Gratitude is God's frequency. It's how you can attract miracles to happen in your life, even in the most desperate of situations. So I hope you take this to heart. And once again, think to yourself, what can you be grateful for right now? What can you be grateful for in the challenges that you're facing? And what can you be grateful for? Can you be grateful for the future goals already to be done? Here's my challenge to you. In the month of December, every day, spend some time for 30 days. Start going through those levels of gratitude exercise for however long that you need to. And I will promise you this, by the start of the new year, your mind state, your spiritual state, your emotional state, your financial state, your health, everything is going to be so different. And I bet you that by this time next year in 2025, we're going to hear a completely transformed story of your business, your life, and everything. So with that said, are you willing to take this challenge? Let one of your teammates know, let one of your partners know. Let's go into this gratitude challenge. These are principles that I know can work for every single one of you. If it worked for me, it can work for you. I'm so grateful for each and every single one of you. Thank you for partnering with us. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for hopping onto this call. Let's have an amazing year of miracles and freedom. Other than that, have an amazing rest of your morning. We'll turn it back to everyone here and we'll unmute the lines. God bless.